Welcome back, fight fans. In today's video, Dana White hints that Conor McGregor is playing mind games with Michael Chandler and compares him to Muhammad Ali.
Speaking of Conor, is this marketing on Conor's behalf?
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Ali, Conor.
Meanwhile, Conor posts another mysterious Instagram post, this time from a hospital bed. Arman Sarukian says Islam Makhachev would be a, quote, very easy fight for him.
What do you think happens if you fight the version of Islam that we saw on Saturday?
Yeah, it would be a very easy fight for me.
Dana White claims that Power Slap is bigger than Taylor Swift.
We have more views than any Taylor Swift video ever posted.
And Leon Edwards shuts down Makhachev's dream at a second belt.
So I feel like you got like a few more lightweights to go through first before even thinking about moving up.
Stay tuned because there's plenty more in today's video, so don't be scared, homie. Knock out the like button and subscribe to the channel. And in the words of Big John McCarthy, let's get it all! It wouldn't be a Conor McGregor fight month if it wasn't surrounded by controversy and drama. And that's exactly what UFC fans have witnessed as press conference cancellations and cryptic messages dominate the headlines. Despite there still being some concern in the MMA community that Conor McGregor could be out of his enormous pay-per-view return at UFC 303, there have been some positive updates in the last 24 hours regarding the upcoming clash between Notorious and Michael Chandler. On the UFC 303 press conference wasn't canceled because of McGregor's injury or health setback, could the entire debacle have simply been a red herring to throw Michael Chandler off of his game? If there's one athlete who knows how to wage mental warfare, it's the former double champion. Dana White likens Conor McGregor to Muhammad Ali in one key area.
Now, what about speaking of Conor? Is this marketing on Conor's behalf? The video of him partying, is he?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, he opened a bar out there.
But is he like, I'm gonna leak a video in my bar? It seems it could be controlled, right? It's in my bar, I'm partying, I'm with my people, everything is, and then it comes out now Chandler's like, oh, maybe he's not taking this that serious, maybe I could take my foot off the gas. Or is this he's actually not taking it serious?
I will tell you this, and I don't ever like to compare people to Muhammad Ali, because to me, he's the, you know, and what he did in fighting, just as a human, what that guy accomplished, right? But I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Ali, Conor, both level when it comes to mental warfare.
Really?
The two best of all time when it comes to mental warfare.
That's why it just seemed so.
Wait, break that down. I want watch.
Like
so
Muhammad Ali would get in
if
your
you
head.
look back,
I know Ali, but I wonder why
if you look back at Ali and you look at what he did to George Foreman in Africa, you look at what he did to Joe Frazier. I mean, throughout his entire career, Joe Frazier hated Muhammad Ali so badly. You know, he'd show up at his camp outside and do all this shit. He would predict rounds. He would
I mean, you can call him Uncle Tom.
he would come up with incredible poems and sayings and things that he would do.
This man has never knocked nobody out cold. He's a bully. He's slow. He has no skill, no footwork. He's awkward. And I have been given him a name. I named Floyd Patterson the Rabbit. I named Sonny Liston the Bear. And he shall be known as officially as the Mummy.
Leading up to the fight. And then you look at Conor McGregor. He's picked rounds. He's fucking, I mean, the mental warfare that this guy had on so many of his fighters.
Oh, Aldo wanted to tear his head off going into that fight.
100%.
Yeah.
And he would make these guys play into his game, get into their heads, and embarrass them and you know, outwit them in every way, shape, and form. The Eddie Alvarez fight going into Madison Square Garden, you know, he is literally at Ali's level when it came to mental warfare.
So then when you see a video like him at the club leading up to a fight, do you get upset seeing that?
Or is it part of the warfare?
I think he trusts
at the end of the day,
warfare.
I'm at a place right now with like the Conor McGregors and the John Joneses where, you know, they've sort of laid the foundation of their legacy and what they have, and they've made a load of money. And it's at the point now where when these guys do show up and fight, it's fun.
Following the postponement of the press conference, both fighters posted on their social media pages, but their posts left more questions than answers regarding whether or not the fight is still scheduled to go ahead. Despite that, the former two-weight world champion provided somewhat of a cryptic update on his Instagram, seemingly sat down on a doctor's bed with no caption. the superstar simply posted a flexing emoji as he sat with a big smile on his face. Although there's a level of concern that the 35-year-old is at a doctor's office and so there could be an injury, the message he has clearly tried to convey is that he's still good to go on June 29th. Lightweight challenger Arman Tsarukyan believes that if him and Islam Makhachev have a rematch, it would be a very easy fight for him and that he could out-wrestle Islam.
When you're watching that fight and maybe you're seeing Dustin have success in stopping the takedowns, he's having success on the feet, are you watching that saying, oh man, if I'm in there with him, this is going to be a great night for me? Like, are you looking at it from that vantage point, how you would fare against the Islam that we saw on Saturday?
It wasn't the best his performance. He looked not that he got tired and like he was slow. And I feel like Islam doesn't have very good condition, so, or like maybe he got sick or whatever. But I'm not like judging him just because of lost his fight. He's I gotta watch all his fights and like take him serious. And he's number one. Like he's a pound for pound fighter, and I'm just gonna prepare like the best version of Islam Makhachev. I'm not gonna like underestimate him or Dustin can defend his wrestling. I'm gonna defend as well. So, but like I'm gonna do my work and I know what I gotta do.
Oh, what do you think happens if you fight the version of Islam that we saw on Saturday?
Yeah, it would be a very easy fight for me.
What do you mean by easy? Like how do you think that plays out? How does it end?
I mean, I could over wrestle him that fight as well because he got tired.
You think?
But like when you're tired, you can't do shit. So
right. And
even if you have the best skills in the world, so if you're tired, you're done.
Do you think that that's a thing that has plagued him throughout his career? Do you think that his cardio is an issue, or just in that fight?
I mean, if all his 5 rounds fights, he got tired with Volkanovski, he got tired with Dustin, and hopefully it's gonna be my key, to win this fight because of my card.
After the fight, were you surprised that your name didn't come up in the post-fight interview, either from Joe Rogan or him?
No, because you know why Islam gonna try. Not take this fight because this is like the most dangerous fight for him. But Dana White said Arman next, and Arman gonna fight with Islam Makhachev and he said like everybody wants to see that fight, and like everybody in UFC and out of UFC knows like who is gonna give him the hardest fight in UFC. So if he passed me, if he wins me, yeah, he could go 170 or whatever he wants. So, but like I feel like it was like just one defense from 155 fighters, and like it was the hardest fight on his career, one of the hardest fight. So, but next one me, and we'll see what happened. And after me, he can figure out what he wants to do.
When you're in the arena there and he says, 170, he'd like that and all that, what is your reaction when you're hearing that in the moment? As he's speaking in the cage?
I knew that.
You knew that?
I knew that, because I knew that it's better to fight with Leon Edwards. He doesn't know how to wrestle very well like me, and he's a 170 fight. It's a more high fight. I understand him. It's the best. This is better fight. If UFC offer him to fight 170, of course, if I were him, I'm gonna fight for the belt, for the double belt. Because it's a history. He can make a history. So, but like, I feel like he doesn't deserve yet, and he gotta beat a couple more fighters in 155 and then go to 170. But like, we'll see if he wants to go 170. Just leave with that title. We're gonna figure out. Like,
we need to see this fight.
UFC can find some.
We need to see you versus.
Yeah, me too. This is the best fight, and it's gotta be the second fight. Like my first fight was with him, and for the title, I wanna get that rematch. And like everybody wants to see that fight because even his fans wants to see that fight. Because yes, I just came Russian. Like a lot of people from his country, not country, like from Dagestan, came to me and said, "Oh, I'm so excited to see your fight with Islam." It's like, I think he's saying like it's one of the best fights it's gonna be, because you're like a very good, you have very good skills, he has very good skills, you know, and like nobody can beat him, just maybe you. Like his people tell him like that, you know.
According to Dana White, when it comes to online viewership and popularity, nothing beats Power Slap. This includes every major sports franchise and even Taylor Swift.
We started this thing 15 months ago, right? And right now on YouTube, we have more subscribers than NHL, MLS, NASCAR, PGA, Barstool Sports. We have over 1 billion YouTube views, right? 8 of the top 12 largest YouTube shorts against other major sports are Power Slap. And 4 of the top 5 largest YouTube shorts on UFC's channel. We're number 1, 2, 3, and 4 on UFC. And when you think about Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, all the big stars, this thing absolutely dominates. We have more followers than every single professional sport. Every professional sports team, we have more followers than them in 15 months.
Wow. More than like Real Madrid or like these soccer teams?
I don't know about the soccer teams, but I would say yes. Yeah. Every fucking sports team, we have more followers. So I would say yes. Yes.
Did you acquire the IP or did you just create your own?
No, we created our own and started, you know, there were a couple of fucking leagues out of Poland and Russia. So I just started our own.
And why didn't you do that with UFC originally? Like, why would you purchase those 3 letters and the wooden octagon?
Well, the UFC fell on my lap. Right. I mean, I was in the middle of that call. Yeah. And we could buy the thing for $2 million. Why would you not buy the UFC?
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? We probably wouldn't have gone out and started our own league, but
the fact that
the thing fell on my lap,
Okay, but we can get to Power Slap in a little bit. I still want to go through the UFC.
Back to the show.
But the similarities between what's going on with that
this is why you believe in it so much, because so when people go...
I want you guys to wrap your fucking brains around this.
Yeah.
When I talk about Power Slap, you're all dismissive, like,
Nobody's dismissive, but I love how you
UFC was fucking worse. The UFC was worse. Worse.
Now I know how to motivate you to do anything.
No,
I just gotta tell you, it's not gonna
Hey, Dana, this thing's
That's not love.
I know.
It happens every day. When I bring Power Slap, we're on the phone today with the network.
Dana, you won't go to Turkey and get hair.
This is
you won't get a hair transplant in Turkey, Dana, no matter what. I promise you.
You won't make this the biggest podcast episode ever.
I love the number 1 episode of this.
I love it.
Okay, you love being told no. You love being told it's not going to happen. Out of your mind.
You know, it's easy. When I hit you with fucking numbers, you can't.
You can't refute it.
We have more views than any Taylor Swift video ever posted.
Oh, now you talking about the Swifties, bro.
Power Slap has more.
Swifties stepping up.
We have more views than any fucking Taylor Swift.
Imagine you got Taylor in one.
There's other stats that I can hit you with that are just fucking.
You got to get Taylor to do a Power Slap, dude.
But they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
But when you look at this thing from a business perspective and you look at the numbers, you know what I mean? But we're talking about guys fucking slapping each other. You guys are like, let's talk more about the UFC. The UFC was worse. When we would walk into a room, nobody wanted to hear the fucking UFC. The UFC is fucking gross. Yeah. You don't fucking hit somebody and jump on top of them and start beating them. It's disgusting. It's fucking this, that, and everything else.
Which is the same thing they're saying about Power Slap.
100%.
Leon Edwards shuts down Makhachev's dream of a second belt. Despite welcoming the idea of fighting the lightweight champion, Edwards claims that both he and Makhachev have work to do before they can have a super fight.
Your name has been out there quite a lot this week. Islam Makhachev beats Dustin Poirier and says he fancies moving up to fight you at 170. What do you make about that idea?
I welcome it. I think we both got work to do within our division. Let's say we both go on this reign, then why not? You know, he just fought his first lightweight, actual lightweight. You know,
first defense against
actual lightweight. So I feel like you got like a few more lightweights to go through first if we're even thinking about moving up. But like I said, if we both go on this reign, then why not later on in the future? You know, we're both similar age, 32 years old. So we've got the time to get it done for sure.
If they come to you with this idea, is it something you entertain, or is it something you'll say come back next year? Or 'Cause it's a huge fight.
Yeah,
it's a huge fight.
Yeah, it's a massive fight. I feel like I got work to do within my division first. Then the super fights will come, definitely. Yeah.
Because when we spoke last year, I remember you telling me you were
I want to move up. That is my plan. I do want to move up because I'm a big boy and I enjoy eating my food. So I would like to go up and challenge for the middleweight belt. That is my goal. But if we get two at the same time, why not?
How far away do you think you could be from doing that then?
Moving up?
Yeah. 'Cause it feels like you're not that interested in Makachev, let's be honest.
My plan was to chase greatness, right? I feel like me defending my belt in my division that's not excitement for me. My excitement is me getting another belt. So my plan was to go like next year. If I defend my belt twice this year, double 4 defenses. Then make it one more next year. That's 5 defenses. Then like later on in the year, have a big middleweight fight. 6 defenses, 6 title fights. That's more than worth it, So that is my goal, is to 2 this year, 1 next year, and then end the next year, move up,
So if one of those title defenses at 170 is going to be Makachev, is that this year? Is that next year? What do you think?
I don't want to next year, I reckon. Yeah. I think I got like in my division, I got Bilal, I got Shavkat, I got everyone else talking, Ian, everyone else talking. There's a lot in my division that can go through, So I feel like let's get some of them out of the way first and then go from there. For sure. Yeah.
So I think Makachev is the only current fighter who's got more title defenses than you. It's mad.
One more. Only to July.
Yeah, exactly. You do it in July. and as you said, 2 of those were against the guy from the division below.
Exactly. My defense is from welterweights. The pound for pound #1 guy, Usman, twice. Kobe, then now this guy, Bilal.
It shows how hard it is to keep a hold of these things, doesn't it?
It's a lot of work.
So much, but there's so much.
Yeah,
so much change.
Yeah, 100% that goes into it.
Pantoja, and Whaley have all got 2 defenses. Everyone else is like brand new. Got one.
Exactly. So I feel like.
Did you watch his fight?
Not yet. I've seen the highlights of it.
It's a good one.
I've seen the highlights of it. So I might watch it when I get back home. I'm about to come here to do media in London, so when I get home, I'll watch it properly.
And I say, when you see him face up with Poirier before the fight, and you look at them side by side, look to the guy on the left. That's a guy who can do 170. He's a big boy. He's a big looking boy.
Nah, for real.
You don't seem that into it.
If it comes, it comes. Like I said, my aim is to go to middleweight and get my strap. That's trace my greatness. My story does not like edited around him. My story is my goals and my dreams to go up and come to division champion and be the best welterweight of all time. That is my goal. And whoever comes to help that goal, it is what it is.
Now let's take a look at the top 3 comments left on yesterday's videos. At Drop It Like It's Hot 815 says, McGregor lives that Newport Beach life nowadays. He don't want to be caught dead in a hole like Dublin. At Letty Frazier 5983 says, cheating on his girlfriend, using drugs, and getting drunk, and you think he's going to stop? No, he's not. At Marcivelli says, he has a wife and a kid. Something could have changed like the flu or whatnot. Conor will be there. If you want your comments highlighted on tomorrow's video, simply comment down below. We'll highlight the top best comments, good, bad, or indifferent, and feature them in tomorrow's video. And that does it for today's video, but make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and clicking the bell notification so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. And in case you missed it, check out yesterday's news.